Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am a woman who have done 9 rounds of failed IUI and 5 rounds of failed IVF, then I got pregnant. So you can say me that I am an former IVF patient, obsessive researcher and your guide to the world of fertility science made simple. Today we are talking about something that almost every IVF patient Googles at 2 am, that is embryo grading. What does a grade like 4AA or what does a grade like 3BC actually mean? Is 5AA the golden embryo? Is a poor grade the end of the road? And stick around because I am also sharing 7 secrets about blastocyst transfer, 4 misconceptions about PGT-A that I wish I knew earlier. Let's make this confusing world a lot easier and easier to understand. So, when you do IVF, your embryos grow in the lab for several days. During this time, embryologists don't just watch them, they score them. Embryologist explains it perfectly. So, embryo grading is a simple description on how an embryo looks. So, it's a morphology, appearance. Grading does not tell us everything, but it gives important clues about whether an embryo is developing normally, which ones might be implant, which embryos are good for biopsy, which ones can survive freezing, and ultimately which embryo gets transferred first. So think of it like looking at the outside of a house before buying it. You can tell a lot, but not everything from how it looks. So what is day 3 embryo grading? So let's start with day 3 embryos. On day 3, an embryo is still a cluster of individual cells, usually between 6 and 10. Embryologist looks at cell number, cell size, like are they equal or not, fragmentation, little pieces of cell debris. The perfect day 3 embryo is 8 cells, all equal size and 0 fragmentation. But and this is a big but, day 3 grading does not reliably predict the final success of an embryo. I had an embryo that looked textbook perfect on day 3 and then stopped growing by day 5, and another that looked just okay turned out into a gorgeous 5AB blastocyst. So don't get too attached to day 3 grades. Now let's talk about day 5 or day 6 blastocyst grading. This is the big one. By day 5, the embryo ideally reaches the blastocyst stage. This is when the famous Gardner grading system comes in. A blastocyst is measured on 3 things. Number 1, expansion. This is literally how expanded or puffed up the embryo is. Number 1, early blastocyst. Number 5, fully expanded and hatching. And 6, hatched blastocysts. Higher number shows more development. Most clinics consider 4 or 5 ideal for transfer or biopsy. Number 2, inner cell mass, ICM, letter A to C. This becomes the baby. A, tightly packed many cells. B, slightly loose. And C, few irregular cells. Number 3, trophic-toderm, TE, letter A to C. This becomes the placenta, extremely important for implantation. A, many cells forming a cohesive layer. B, fewer cells, minor gaps. C, sparse or uneven. Best possible grade is 5AA, and yes, 5AA is considered top tier, but please hear me on this. 5AA does not guarantee pregnancy. BC or even a C graded embryo can still make a healthy baby. When my clinic told me my 3BB embryo becomes my healthy baby boy, I realized embryo potential is way more than the grade. Simple grading categories: good, all A's like 4AA, 5AA, 6AA. Fair has a B like 4AB, 5BA, 5BB. And poor has a C like 3BC, 5AC, 6CB. Poor does not mean no chance, it just means less predictable. So, does embryo grade affect successes? Yes, but only a little. Embryo grading predicts the likelihood an embryo can implant. It's not destiny. Things that matter more for success is age of the egg, chromosomal mortality like euploid versus aneuploid, uterine environment, lab quality, timing and protocol. A gorgeous 5A that's aneuploid won't implant. A normal 4BB absolutely can. So I can tell you the 7 secret of blastocyst transfer. Here are the 7 things I wish every patient should know. Number 1, a higher expansion grade does not always mean better. 3A can implant just as well as a 5A. The trophidoderm T is often more predictive than the ICM. Beta T equals to better chances of implantation. Number 3, day 6 blastocysts are not inferior. Some embryos just grow slower and still become healthy babies. Number 4, embryo graded can change hour by hour. One clinic might call it a 4AB, other might call it a 5BA. Number 5, embryo grading is subjective. Two embryologists can assign slightly different grades. Number 6, embryo quality not equals to genetics. Beautiful 5AA can be aneuploid and average 4BB can be perfectly euploid. Number 7, the best embryo for transfer is the one recommended by your embryologist. They know which embryo looks strongest that specified day, far beyond what the grading chart shows. 4, misconception about PGT-A. PGT-A genetic testing on embryo is super helpful but also super misunderstood. Misconception: PGT-A guarantee a baby? Nope, it does not guarantee a baby. It improves odds, but implantation still depend on many factors. Misconception 2, a normal PGT-A embryo means perfect health. It only checks the chromosomal count. It does not mean a embryo health, not physical traits or non-chromosomal condition. Misconception 3, PGT-A grades embryo. No, it does not. It just labels them. Euploid, aneuploid, or actually normal, abnormal, mosaic, segmental abnormality, etc. Misconception 4, PGT-A can reveal gender from the grade. No, it does not. Embryo grade cannot show sex. Only PGT-A can identify XX or XY. So, lastly, I can say that embryo grading is a helpful tool, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Your embryo is more than a letter and number combo. If the video helped you understood things better, hit like, subscribe and drop your embryo grades in the comment. I would love to help you to decode them if I can. And remember, low grading embryo can make beautiful babies. High grades does not guarantees. Your journey is uniquely yours and you are doing great. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.